name is Cheryl Vito. I am the president of my own consulting firm that is responsible for medical writing, and we've been doing this for, about 20 years now. I started in clinical research. Actually, I started in the labs, but then I went to clinical research, found that I really love writing regulatory documents, and so here we are. And I really love teaching about them too. So hopefully you guys, if you have questions, feel free to chat them through. It's easier to do it in a chat panel, but if you want to come off mute, you're welcome to do that as well. I do answer them real time, so don't worry about waiting if you have a question. Today we're going to go through some very basic principles about how to write regulatory documents, what makes them regulatory documents, as well as the writing functionalities. And we'll talk at the end a little bit about the different types of documents and some of their interdependencies. So we're going to talk initially about basic medical writing skills. We're going to talk about things that medical writers use to make sure the documents are consistent and well constructed, like current abbreviation practices, how we do things with captioning, table generation, things like that. Just some basics that you need to know to make your documents reviewer-friendly for the agencies and whoever else is reviewing them. We're going to talk about styles. I don't go into it too much, but I want to give you some basics if you're not familiar with them. Templates, style guides, what's important about those. We'll talk about the communication process necessary for document review and completion. We wear a lot of hats as medical writers. And depending on where you are in your company and how you fit into your company, you may wear one or more of those hats. As a consultant, I wear different hats for each client. Currently, I'm working where I'm the lead writer. I'm managing a group of writers and QC people, and there's a lot of communication, obviously, that goes into being the lead. But even if you're not the lead and you're writing maybe one document, there's a lot of communication and a lot of connectivity that goes on. So we'll talk about that process, what you need to do to get your documents through a review process, things like that. We'll talk a little bit about literature searches and how to find out information that you need about your indication. And we'll talk about applying these skills to regulatory documents. I'm going to talk about that throughout, but at the end we'll talk about specific documents in brief. I do webinars on writing those documents themselves. This course isn't designed to get into that much detail of each document, but of course ask any questions that you want. I'm happy to answer them. So let's talk about styles and templates. If you're really basic to learning about writing in Word, then this is going to be great information for you. If you're very adept at Word, don't worry about it. We'll get through this rather quickly, and we can move on to other things that you maybe want more information. But our tool as writers is usually Word. Even if we are working in a specific template, it's based on Word, and Word is the foundation for all of those templates that we use. So in Word, we have styles, and styles are basically just a collection of formatting instructions. How do you want your document to look? How do you want the text to look? How do you want your captions to look? How is it organized? Are things indented? Are they not indented? So you use these to organize and format everything in your document. So there might be a title style for your title, and some people want things like a period after a 1. Some people want 1 period. Some people want 1 period 0. It actually drills down to those tiny little nitty-gritty things. So that how your title is handled, the font size, whether it's all caps, whether it's title case, all these things are part of a style that you either generate or you can use pre-formatted styles that are in Word, which I don't recommend, but you can do it. Different styles for your paragraphs, body text or paragraph. We don't use normal. If you ever look at your document and look at the styles that are in there, you'll find that it typically defaults to normal. And normal is different for every computer, every company, etc. So you might have something that looks great in normal on your computer and find that if you send it out to someone to review, etc., it may come back looking very different, or they may see it differently. So that's why it's really important to have your styles generated and consistent throughout the company. How do you want your headings to look? We talked a little bit about periods, things like that, caps, not caps, etc. And we talk about, and we kind of have our own little language, and a lot of people understand it, but a lot of people don't. So it's important to kind of know when you're talking about something in a document, for instance, during the review process, that you're clear about what that means. So we talk a lot about level for headers, level 1, level 2, etc. And I do often get blank looks when I very confidently say, okay, this is a level 2 header, what should we do here? So just so everyone knows, a level 1 header will have 1 number. A level 2 header will have 1 number, a dot, and then another number. So it's a level 2 header because it's 2 numbers. Same for level 3 to be 1.1.1. So just so that you understand that.